Well, guys, I was in a little bad pocket there. I guess in here amongst all these big buildings, I get blocked from the cell towers or something, I guess. I don't know. You would think in this area here I would have absolutely no problem with cell service, but apparently it's an issue here in Fort Lauderdale. So, Fort Lauderdale. Anyhow, we are heading south. We are going to try to make miles. I want to get well south of Miami today, if at all possible. Depends on how badly I get hung up at all the bridges with the timing with them, because that always is going to mess you up. But very good day yesterday. Got a lot of real estate work done. Knocked out a couple boat projects. I'm having a little problem with one of the tubes on the dinghy. The smallest cavity seems to be leaking air. So for right now, I can just keep pumping air into it. But when I get down to Marathon, I'll figure it out and see if I can figure out where the leak is and patch it. Probably a patch on a patch on a patch at this point, but hey, it's all good. It's a good dinghy. I'm not going to complain about one little air leak. Apparently that's just the SOP, standard operating procedure for these inflatables, is they all leak at one point or another. So anyhow, kids, so we're heading south. We don't know how far we're going to get. I'm not going to tell anybody where I'm at or where I'm going to get to, obviously for my own safety. But, you know, it's all good. It's all good. I'm sorry we had such a short live stream last night, but it is what it is. I was just in a pocket there where I just had bad cell service. So it was something I had been fighting all day long, trying to get work done. And from my work, it wasn't a problem. But I guess trying to live stream through it was apparently an issue. So it kept dropping the signal, dropping the signal, dropping the signal, just like it was doing here on my phone back there. So maybe now I'm free of it. I don't know. I'm showing 5 bars and LT service here, so I don't expect I'll have any more issues for a little while, but we'll see. Anyhow, guys, just want to touch base on a couple things on the project. I did some research yesterday on some of the other realtors down there in the Marathon area. Just reconfirming that business is good down there, and man, business is good. I just picked 2 random realtors. Unfortunately, one of the random ones that I picked is one of the top agents in the Florida Keys. Consistently a top agent. She made a little over $2 million last year. But then I checked another guy who's never been a top agent, and he did. He was within about 50 grand of making $1 million last year. So hey, if I can make a quarter of that, I'll be just happy as a clam. So. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to make an eighth to a quarter of that, and either way of those, I'll be happy as a clam. If I can make 125 or 200 this year, or if I can make 80 this year, I'd be thrilled. So, and when I say this year, I'm obviously talking 2019. I'm not talking about 2018. So 2018 is effectively over. So anyhow, there's somebody just waking up, just got done putting his clothes on. Did you see the strangest things driving down the ICW? Of course, everyone's bedroom windows and living room windows all open up here to the ICW so they can enjoy the view. Well, we could enjoy them as well. I will say I've had some pretty good comic relief at this end, you know. Drive along and you look in someone's window, you know, I mean, you're not peeping Tom or anything. You're going by, you're just looking at the house, you see movement, your eye goes towards movement, you know. At least mine does, being an old-time hunter. You know, I do a lot of hunting, and I see something moving, my eye naturally goes to that. And anyway, I looked, and sure enough, there was some guy putting his pants on. So, not exactly thrilling stuff to watch, but interesting nonetheless. He realized, he saw me about the same time I saw him, so he kind of ducked behind a curtain, which I thought was kind of funny, but... well, someone's sofa pillow here in the water. Probably should pick that up, but I'm past it now, and I'm in the middle of a live stream, and it's a sofa cushion. Hopefully one of these guys will realize they missed a sofa cushion, will come out and claim it. You do see a lot of cushions floating in the water. A lot of cushions. I've been seeing cushions everywhere from Lake Erie to here, the whole way. You see people's cushions from their, you know, chairs and patios and whatever to get blown over, or even off the back of their boats. They get blown off into the water. So you're gonna put loose cushions on your boat or on your couches or your settees or whatever, make sure they're strapped down or bring them in at night. So anyhow, typical of the, you know, multi-million-dollar McMansions, although these are some less in scale than a lot that I've seen. Typical houses along the ICW with their docks and their boat lifts and their palm trees and stuff. Kind of nice, you know, it is really nice. I do kind of enjoy the scenery. It's nice and warm right now. It's 78 degrees down in the salon, probably about 75 up here. The salon always stays warmer because with the generator going, the refrigeration's going, the refrigeration generates heat inside the boat. So anyhow, so you have these McMansions like this, and then right across the water you have apartments like that. Now those are actually pretty nice apartments compared to a lot I've seen. There's an older unit there. I've seen a lot of older units like that. In fact, I've seen a lot of units a whole lot older than that and in much worse repair. So anyhow, occasionally you'll see an empty lot like this one coming up here on the side. Little realtor sign on it upside down. Apparently not doing a real good job trying to sell that. They've been around since 1988, but you're not going to be around much longer if you don't have your sign right side up. Oh, don't get me started on my competition realtors. You know, looking through properties down there in the Florida Keys, I was looking at different listings and stuff, and you know, different realtors and what they were doing. And I found one realtor that had a house that he had on the market for well over $2 million. Well over $2 million. And hold on, I got to adjust my. There you go. Now hold that course, damn it. Not the boat, my navionics. It's supposed to be keeping track of where it's at and keeping it centered to my screen. Anyhow, so he had this listing for this $2 million home. And, you know, you'd think he would be doing a big marketing spread, you know, 50 or 100 photographs and a video and whatever. He had one picture taken from the road in front of the house of the front gate. That was it. One photograph of the front gate. So I thought, and that's all he had on the MLS. I thought, well, he's got to have more than that. So I went to his website and I looked up the listing on his website. Nope, that's all he had. He had one picture of the front gate. $2 million listing, and the guy couldn't even be bothered to take photographs of it. Needless to say, that guy was not a top producer in the Florida Keys. And never will be with that kind of work ethic. But well, I imagine it's going to get hot today. The sun's still down behind these houses over here, so it's nice and cool. I love running this hour of the morning. To me, if it could be like this all day long, it'd be perfect. I'm in the shade. It's not even 80 degrees out. There's a little slight breeze, although I think the breeze that we're having is only because what I'm making by moving forward at almost 6 miles an hour. But as you can see down the ICW, there's very, very little boat traffic today, being a weekday. Now on the weekends at this hour, there'd be a lot of sport fishermen running back and forth, guys going out fishing this early. But on the weekdays, not so much. I mean, a little bit, but not so much. So, and even though we're in a straight wall canyon once again, in other words, the sides of the ICW are straight walls. There's no boat traffic out here, so it's nice and calm and stuff. And this is pretty cool. So here's an interesting stark contrast. You have some apartments over here, not bad apartments, upscale apartments. They have private docks and stuff. Kind of a nice situation for someone who can only afford to rent an apartment. You can rent an apartment, keep your boat here at the dock right by your apartment. Not a bad dig. I mean, you know, not a bad dig. And then across the water, we have a what appears to be like a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired glass and steel concrete Buddha out in the front yard, mega mansion, sprawling piece of land. And that's sort of the nuances of the ICW. You get these, you know, really nice mega mansions right up against apartments. I guess it's a mixed-use zoning area, which from a realtor standpoint, seems kind of odd, but I get it. I get it. You know, you need a little bit of everything in the area, but I would think all this waterfront prime real estate would have been all McMansions, and the apartments would be one row back from that, because they always have the option of doing like that guy did up there off the bow. You see that apartment complex up there? He's not specifically right on the water, so he went with altitude. That's where he got up high enough he could have water views. As you can see from the apartment unit we just passed, those people are renting those apartments and nobody had a boat out there. No one was taking advantage of that opportunity. So it begs the question, well, why have apartments with boat options where you have an opportunity to keep a boat behind your apartment if no one's going to keep a boat behind their apartment? So, I don't know. Hey, Alan, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. You're first this morning, man. You're up squirrely like me. Got a good night's sleep last night. Went to bed early. I mean, I was asleep by 9 p.m. and I was able to sleep right on through till 6:15 this morning. So I actually got a good night's sleep last night. I think my body is slowly getting acclimated to the time change. Try as I might to stay up late, you know, I just got I get motivated, I want to get going, you know, like I am right now, and so go to bed early so I can get up early so I can get miles. I knew I wanted to wake up around 6. It gets sunlight, first light's about 6:15, so I want to leave at first light. Make all the miles I can before all the boaters get out here. I'm really jazzed about my real estate business. I'm really excited about getting down to Marathon and getting going. I really am. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to earn. I am a little bummed I'm not going to be with my family for the holidays. That would have been nice. Simply cannot afford it. I don't have a vehicle, so I have no way really of getting there. And I don't have the money for gas or bus fare or anything else. Plus, they don't have really any place for me to stay there. So, I guess Johanna's got Johanna's got every spot around in her house, including her garage, rented out to people right now. So, she just doesn't have any room for anybody there. So that is what it is. But anyhow, kids, this is getting long. I'm going to go ahead and get going and focus on my driving here. Have my breakfast this morning, have my banana, apple, and orange, and try to make a lot of miles today. Today's going to be all about trying to make some distance. I'm going to try to get a long day in, see if I can't run till like 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock, and get well south of Miami today, if at all possible. It all depends on the bridges, so. Anyhow, kids, we'll have more for you later. Be good, be careful, take good care of each other. Remember, in the description down below, there's links to my PayPal. Guys, really need some funds right now. Fact is, I get to Marathon, I can't even afford the dinghy dock right now. I have only about $100 to my name at the moment after provisioning and refueling. And so I'm kind of in a desperate need to get some funds together so I can at least pay for my first month's use of the dinghy dock. Get things going there. So anyhow, kids, we'll have more for you later. See you tonight. Hopefully I'll have better signal then. Bye.